Welcome to another whiteboard session. This is Mululu X. Today we want to talk about the three biggest fitness lies that you believe for men 40 plus. Now, the three biggest fitness lies are keeping you fat and tired. What are the things that nobody is telling men 40 plus? Number one, let's look at the myth. You just need to eat less and move more. And this is a simple equation of where they tell us eat less, move more, and weight loss. But this unfortunately is a lie. Or for lack of better word, I'll say is half truth. The truth here is your hormones and your metabolism control fat loss and not just calories. It's just not calories. The hormonal environment that you're in when you eat determines how much fat you're going to burn, how much muscle you're going to build, and how much energy you'll have when it comes to working out. Your hormones are regulated by what you put into your mouth. There is a reason why when you go into a restaurant, the first thing that they put on the table for you will always be a slice of white bread, a slice of white roll. They will always make sure that it's white. They'll give you with butter and they'll always walk away. Have you ever asked yourself why do they do that? You haven't asked anything. By the time you sit down, they'll put it in front of you. Even before they show you the menu, they'll give you these nitty-bitties. And the thing here is they want to control or regulate your hormones. More sugar equals more insulin, and more insulin. There is one thing that we have to look at here. Insulin fat axis. Insulin fat axis. Insulin is a byproduct of having too much sugar in your bloodstream, which is a byproduct of eating sugary foods. So insulin is caused here by having sugar, your bloodstream, and this sugar is a byproduct of carbohydrates. This is purely ingestion. So when you eat this, so by telling you that by eating less and you move more, you're going to lose weight, it's half truth, because they're not telling you what kind of food that you eat. Insulin is a fat storing hormone. The point of insulin is to regulate the amount of sugar in your bloodstream. Because if your blood sugar levels consistently keeps on rising, over time, you're going to get into a coma, or you'll become diabetic, you'll get into a coma, and you're going to die. Now, your body's main function, the hypothalamus part of your body's main function, is not for you to fit in your skinny jeans. It's not for you to fit in your muscle top. It's not for you to look great in your tank top. The main point of your hypothalamus is to make sure that it keeps you alive. So the minute your blood sugar level goes up, because you've just ingested a lot of carbohydrates and there is a lot of sugar in your bloodstream, your hypothalamus talks to your pancreas and it says, John's life is in danger. Intervene. Do something. What does the pancreas do? It releases insulin. And the insulin has to snatch all this sugar from your bloodstream. And then it's got two places where it can store it. One, it can store it in your liver. Two, it can store it in your muscle cells. Or three, it will store it in your fat cells. But if your insulin is high, it means you're consistently ingesting a lot of sugar, which means that your sugar or your muscle cells are already full. So your insulin has only one place to store it. It will store it in your fat cells. And it can only store it as fat. And that's why your body fat is high and your muscle is low. So that is a myth. Eating less and moving more does not necessarily mean that you're going to lose weight. We have to eat to stimulate our hormones and our metabolism so that we can control weight. So the fix here is eat to fuel fat loss and not to starve yourself. Number 2, more cardio equals more fat loss. This is another myth. More cardio equals more fat loss. That is a lie. More cardio comes from the word cardiovascular. This is your breathing system. This is your lungs. By me breathing in, that's my cardiovascular system, that's my heart, at the rate at which my heart pumps blood when I'm under stress. So the more cardio I do, the more cardiovascular fit I become. But that does not necessarily equal fat loss. I will lose weight, but I might lose more muscle than fat loss. If I'm not doing any resistance training to retain the muscle I've got, and I'm consistently just running, I'm going to lose weight. But the net effect is I'm going to lose more muscle than fat, and I'm going to end up being a skinny fat person. A good example here is to look at somebody that does marathons and people that are sprinters. Who is fitter? Most people will always think that the marathon runner is fitter than a sprinter, but they're not. From a cardiovascular point of view, they're not. Your heart is a muscle. And like any other muscle, it will only get fitter and stronger if I put it under a lot of stress. So a sprinter will go very fast in 100 meters and pause, but at maximum, and then give their heart enough time to recover. But a marathon runner will run for hours at a very moderate pace. So they won't. Look at the two different bodies. If you look at marathon runners, last time I saw a marathon run, I felt like taking this person, putting them in my car, take them home for my mother to feed them. Because they've lost muscle. Most marathon runners look older than their age. If you look at, and I don't know how true this is, but there is a school of thought that says the lifespan for a marathon runner is 54, and the lifespan for a sprinter is 74. The same school of thought says that we've been born with 1 billion heartbeats. That's our maximum beats that we've been given. So your heart being a muscle, if it's fit, it won't exhaust those beats, because by beating one, it has enough time to recover in between before it beats again. But if you're unfit, then it means it consistently has to keep on pumping. And by doing this, you're going to exhaust your 1 billion beats faster than the person that has a stronger heart, a sprinter that races. And that's where we are told that sprinters or fit people live longer than people that are unfit, because we have that 1 billion beats that we can either use them faster or we can optimize them by making the muscle stronger, your heart, your lungs stronger, so that it pumps a lot of blood and it rests in between. Excess cardio kills testosterone, and it will increase your belly fat because it increases cortisol. If your testosterone drops, your cortisol rises. And one of the symptoms of cortisol is the so-called belly fat, or some men call it the beer fat. So what is the solution? The solution here is very easy. You have to strength train. And when we're talking about strength training, I'm not talking about going to the gym and lifting heavy weights. A push-up is strength training. A squat is strength training. A lunge is strength training. Doing a chair dips is strength training. A plank is a strength training. All those things are important, but for you to consistently keep on increasing the stress on your body for the muscle to adapt, then you consistently have to keep on introducing different strength mechanism and exercise routines. Number 3 here is you need to train hard every day. This is a lie. You need to train hard every day. This is a myth. Recovery is as important as training. We don't go to the gym to build muscle. We go to the gym to break down the body, and we walk out and go home so that we can recover and build the broken, toned down muscle. Overtraining, it's better to undertrain than overtrain, because overtraining leads to big injuries that sometimes you cannot recover from. Overtraining leads to a slower metabolism, because when you overtrain, you kill your testosterone and you increase your cortisol. And if your cortisol is up, the first thing it does is it kills your metabolism. We've got the T3 in your thyroid that are responsible for your metabolism. If you're overtraining, you overstimulate your T3, and all of a sudden you'll find that you cannot hold on to muscle. Forget building it. You cannot hold on to muscle. What is the fix? You're going to have to learn to train smart and not harder. And this is where HIIT, high intensity training, comes in. One of my favorite training techniques is using a timer. Because using a timer, it means from a physiological point of view, I can regulate the pace, the rate, and the intensity at which my body, my muscle, my heart, and all those are under over time. And it has no chance. It has to build up so that it can sustain the onslaught. But it's such a short workout that by the time my body feels like my hormones are going, I never finish a workout with my hormones dipped, because I've overtrained for long. I always leave the workout when my hormones are high, because I've given my body enough time to recover. So to finish this here is, you need the right approach. You need strength training plus nutrition from recovery to increase or become successful. So the formula here is very easy for men that are 40 plus. You need strength training plus nutrition plus recovery equals an alpha male. Any man that is 40 plus, if you miss any of those, then you're breaking the system and you're not going to get the results that you want. Let me know which of these you resonate with. Don't forget, you can join any of our 100 days, 100 men, one transformation program and challenge by clicking on the link in the comment section. Join us or come physically. Let's do this at Dream Body Fitness. If not, join our online community and let's go for it.